किशोर,
हा ताई, नमस्कार नमस्कार.
खूप दिवसांनी दिसलात तुम्ही सगळे.
होय, लवकर आहे तुमच्याकडे 7:30.
तरी बरं आहे. 7:30 म्हणजे फार नाही लवकर.
हा ताई, नमस्कार नमस्कार.
खूप दिवसांनी दिसलात
अरे
तुम्ही
वा,
सगळे.
तृप्ती, हरी, लवकर आहे नंतर सिंग.
खूप दिवसांनी भेटतोय ना आपण, बहुतेक कितीलाच.
हो, मंगलताई, मी शिकागोला आलेली आहे.
काही कळलं नाही मला.
मी शिकागोला आलेली आहे.
अच्छा अच्छा, हा हा
मी फिरतीच आहे.
हा. चालता फिरता येतं तर फिरून घ्या. मी बसली बेडवर.
Okay. Now I need to get to.
बाहेर जातच येत नाही मला.
Okay. बरोबर. हो.
Hello, Shekhar Dada.
हो हो.
You can hear me, right? Okay.
ऐकू येते मला. हो हो.
तुम्हाला प्रेझेंट करता येतो का? एकदा बघून घेता का?
स्क्रीन शेअर करून बघता का?
हो हो, एक मिनिट.
थँक्यू.
Okay, full screen. How do I share the screen?
There would be an arrow which is present now. It should be the 5th arrow right now if you're on a Windows machine from the left.
Okay, I got it. Okay, your entire screen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I should share the entire screen, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it showing?
Yeah. You want to make it full screen?
Yes. Is it okay?
Perfect. 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 So आपण रेकॉर्डिंग चालू करू शकतो का आता? दादा, it came out of full screen again.
Yeah, I actually, if I put that full screen, I cannot see the icon on my.
त्याच्यामध्ये एक प्रेझेंटर मोड म्हणून पण आहेत, तर त्यामध्ये तुमचे नोट्स जर तुम्हाला पाहिजे असेल तर ते तुम्हाला वेगळं दिसतात.
Okay, stop sharing. Okay, now प्रेझेंटर मोड कुठे असते?
तुम्ही जर स्क्रीन शेअर करता का परत पूर्ण?
बरं. Entire screen, a window, a tab. That's entire screen, right?
हो हो, एंटायर स्क्रीन करा.
बरं. ना आणखीन काय म्हणाले तुम्ही प्रेझेंटर? What were you saying?
एक मिनिट. Dada, how does he become a presenter mode?
तुम्ही आता मला तुमचं गुगल मीटची विंडो दिसते. तुमचं प्रेझेंटेशन ओपन करता का एकदा प्लीज?
हो. Is it okay? Is it see? You can you see it?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay.
तर तुम्हाला हे शेअर केल्यानंतर काय करायचं? आणखी दुसरं काही या लॅपटॉपवर दुसरं काही करायचं का या स्क्रीनवर?
नाही, this is it.
ठीक आहे, फक्त खालचं ते क्लिक करा. तुम्हाला आयकनची गरज, कोणत्या आयकनची गरज म्हणताय तुम्ही?
ब्रेव्हची आहे. मला म्हणजे आय शुड सी यू ऑल ऑल्सो.
नाही, स्लाइड शो जरी केला ना तुम्ही तरी पूर्ण स्क्रीन दिसेल. स्लाइड शो आहे तुमच्या तिथं एक.
हो हो.
तुम्ही
तो स्लाइड शो. गुड.
पण त्यांचं म्हणणं असं होतं की त्यांना गुगल मीटची विंडो दिसणार नाही. ती नाही दिसणार कारण दोन मॉनिटर जर असेल तर तसं करता येईल.
हो हो.
अदरवाईज तुम्हाला आता याच्यावरतीच तुम्हाला तुम्ही आम्हाला नाही बघू शकणार. पण आहे त्यांना नाही बघू शकणार.
हो हो हो. माझ्याजवळ एक मॉनिटर आहे. दॅट्स वाय. ओके. सो वी कॅन स्विच ओव्हर, राईट? वी कॅन ऑलवेज स्विच.
हो हो. हे कॅन्सल करून तुम्ही परत त्या विंडो मध्ये जाऊ शकता.
हो हो.
नाही, स्टॉप शेअरिंग नका करत जाऊ. तिथे ते जे बटन आहेत ना ते नका करत जाऊ. एकदा परत शेअर करा स्क्रीन.
बरं.
स्लाइड शो जर काढला आणि लावला ना तर तुम्हाला दोन्ही दिसतील शक्यतो.
स्लाइड शो काढून लावलं म्हणजे कसं दादा?
नाही, ते आता स्लाइड शो केला होता ना त्यांनी, फुल स्क्रीन मध्ये आले होते ना ते.
हो. त्याला फक्त एस्केप करायचं ना.
एस्केप करायचं बस.
दादा इथं हे जे आहेत ना बटन आता हे हाईड करून द्या एकदा एका मिनिटासाठी. खाली जे स्टॉप शेअरिंग जे म्हणतायत ना ते ऍक्सिडेंटली तुम्ही क्लिक करतायत ना त्याला हाईड करून द्या.
ओके ओके ओके.
हे जे बटन आहेत ना हे गुगल मीटचं आहे.
हो.
तर त्याला हाईड करून द्या खाली.
ओके.
ते नंतर यूज करा तुम्ही.
व्हेरी गुड.
आणि आता परत तुमच्या त्या प्रेझेंटेशन मध्ये जाऊन तिथनं शेअर करा.
आणि मग नेक्स्ट करायचं.
हो, ते फुल स्क्रीन करा आणि फक्त राईट ॲरो करा. परत नाही, आता गुगल मीट दिसतंय. तुमचं जे पॉवर पॉईंटचं प्रेझेंट आहेत ना पॉवर पॉईंट मध्ये ते सर्व तसंच राहतं. हे आयकॉन आता गुगल मीटचे आहेत. तुम्ही याच्यामध्येच राहणार. याच्यामध्ये परत तिथे फक्त खाली बॉटमला जे होतं त्या बटनला क्लिक करा. पॉवर पॉईंटच्या बॉटमला खाली
प्रेझेंटेशन मोड मध्ये.
प्रेझेंटेशन मोड.
Is it okay now?
याच्यामध्ये खाली बॉटमला क्लिक करा ना. ते जो स्लाइडर दिसतोय ना ॲरो आहेत ना खाली त्याच्या शेजारी बरोबर स्लाइड शो त्याला क्लिक करून द्या. बस. आता याच मोड मध्ये राहणार. तुम्हाला तुमची विंडोजची आयकॉन दिसणार नाही. गुगल
आय कॅनॉट सी एनीथिंग राईट नाउ.
राईट. अंटिल यू गेट आउट ऑफ इट. याला फक्त एस्केप करायचं. तुम्ही याच्यातनं बाहेर येणार.
हो हो. ठीक
आहे. आणि परत त्याच्यात जाण्यासाठी
परत त्याला क्लिक करायचं.
बस तेवढंच करायचं
प्रेझेंटेशनला. हो
हो. करा चालू.
व्हेरी गुड.
मी करा चालू. गुगल लाईव्ह चालू झालेला आहे. मी लिंक टाकून ठेवतो.
आणि दादा आपलं रेकॉर्डिंग सुरू केलंय ना आपण आता?
हो हो केलं.
ओके.
गुगल मीट.
सो शेखर दादा, शुड वी गेट स्टार्टेड?
Sure. The window aspect, the other aspect that you take care of it. There I am. Is it okay now? Everything is okay?
नाही, तुम्ही याच्यामध्ये जाता का एक मिनिटासाठी परत पॉवर पॉइंट मध्ये?
हो.
Or if you want, do you want one of us to share present this?
That will be great. I'll send you the PowerPoint right now.
Give it to me. I will share.
Okay.
I will share.
I'll do that.
आणि तुम्ही मला सांगा की काय
हो. करेक्ट.
यूज करायचे.
ओके, ऑल राईट. तर जोपर्यंत शेखर दादा फॉरवर्ड करतायत आणि नंतर मग आपण प्रेझेंट करूया तोपर्यंत आपण कॉलला सुरुवात करू शकतो. बरेच लोक आता जॉईन झालेत आणि काही जॉईन होत आहेत. तर नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग. ग्लोबल नगरी परिवारातर्फे तुमचं सर्वांचं स्वागत.
प्रवीण, मी तुला पाठवतो. प्रवीण.
हो, मला पाठवा, हरकत नाही. आणि मी ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेटर मध्ये कोण आहे आता करंटली? द ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेटर
नाही तर ईमेल सांगा. मी आय जस्ट टाइप इट राईट नाउ.
विशाल जर ईमेल जर याच्यामध्ये टाकला तर चालेल.
चॅट मध्ये प्लीज टाका ना ईमेल ऍड्रेस. विशाल दादा.
शेखर दादा, माझा ईमेल आहे विशाल VISHAL
वेट. dot
Kadam, KADAM.
KAVAM.
Kadam.
KADAM, Kadam.
Okay. KADAM, Kadam.
At globalnagari.com. At globalnagari.org.
Okay.
चालू करायचंय मग आपण महेश दादा.
येस, हो, चालू करूया. तर नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग. आजचा आपला सेकंड सेशन आहे. डॉक्टर शेखर मायानील, न्यूरोसायंटिस्ट, ते शिकागोमध्ये असतात. तर मी प्रवीण दादांना विनंती करेन की त्यांनी इंट्रोडक्शन करावं आणि कॉलचं जे आपलं रूपरेषा अशी असणार आहे की सुरुवातीला शेखर दादा त्यांचं जे काम आहे, त्यांचं रिसर्च आहे, त्यावर थोडंसं आपल्याला सांगतील आणि नंतर मग प्रवीण दादा आणि त्यांना काही प्रश्न विचारतात आणि मुलाखती टाईप आपण घेणार आहोत.
परफेक्ट. थँक्यू महेश दादा. थँक्यू एव्हरीवन. प्लीज या सेशनमध्ये जॉईन केल्याबद्दल. इट इज अन व्हेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक. ही अशी टॉपिक आहे जी बरंच योग आणि न्यूरोसायन्सला कनेक्शन काय आहे ते डिमिस्टिफाय करणार आहे. आणखीन हे मुलांसाठी पण खूप उपयोगी सेशन आहे. तर म्हणजे आपण हे रेकॉर्ड करतोय म्हणून इट इज व्हेरी नाईस, कारण दिस कॅन बी रिप्लेड बॅक. तर मी सगळ्यात पहिले चालू करतो शेखर दादांच्या इंट्रोडक्शन वरनं. शेखर दादांचं पूर्ण नाव आहे चंद्रशेखर मायानील. ते PhD आहेत आणि प्रोफेशननी न्यूरोसायंटिस्ट आहेत. ते फॉर्मर प्रोफेसर होते डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफ न्यूरोबायोलॉजी ॲट ॲन अँड रॉबर्ट एच लुरी चिल्ड्रन्स हॉस्पिटल शिकागो मधले, आणि मग ते नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न युनिव्हर्सिटी फिनबर्ग स्कूल ऑफ मेडिसिन मध्येही प्रोफेसर होते. ते फॉर्मर डायरेक्टर ऑफ पीडियाट्रिक न्यूरोसर्जरी रिसर्च प्रोग्राम मध्ये ऑलमोस्ट 15 वर्ष होते आणि त्यांनी 50हून जास्ती सायटेशन्स आणि रिसर्च पेपर्स हे पब्लिश केलेले आहेत. आणि ही इज अ वेल नोन ऑथॉरिटी ऑन दिस टॉपिक. वन ऑफ द थिंग्स, ते खूप म्हणजे त्यांना कलपणा होता लहानपणापासून आणि एक आवड पण आहे, ती आहे योगासनं आणि योगाबद्दल. मागचे 25 वर्षापासून ते योगासन ट्राय करतायत. 50 वर्षापासून, आणि 25 वर्षापासून ते ध्यान आणि ध्यान ह्या टेक्निक्स वरती प्रयोग करतायत. त्यांचं करंट पॅशन आहे की योग आणि मॉडर्न न्यूरोसायन्स मधलं कनेक्शन फाइंड करणं. आणि हा टॉपिक जो आजचा आहे तो आपण एक्झॅक्टली तेच एक्सप्लोर करणार आहोत, पण एका वेगळ्या स्लाइट टॉपिकला घेऊन, ज्याचं नाव आहे ग्रॅटिट्यूड. हे फार महत्वाचं एक इमोशन आहे जे आपल्याला लहानपणापासून आपले आई वडील सगळे सांगत असतात की तुझ्याकडे जे आहे त्याच्यामध्ये खुश राहा आणि देवाचा आभार मान. हे लहानपणापासून आपण ऐकलं असेल, पण ह्याचं सायंटिफिक आणि स्पिरिच्युअल ह्याचं कनेक्शन काय आहे, ह्याचं अंडरस्टँडिंग काय आहे, त्याच्याबद्दल आजचा सेशन आहे खरा आपला. शेखर दादांनी योगिक न्यूरोसायन्स हे एक नवीन सायंटिफिक फील्डच आहे, ते स्पिअरहेड करत आहेत. आणि ही इज ट्राइंग टू लॉजिकली इंटरप्रिट योगासन आणि योगिक टेक्निक्सचं मॉडर्न न्यूरोसायन्स च्या पर्स्पेक्टिव्हनी. ते योगासन, योगक्रिया आणि प्राणायाम या तिघांचं लेटेस्ट जे डिस्कव्हरीज आहेत ते न्यूरोसायन्स बरोबर कसे कनेक्ट होतात आणि त्याच्या पाठचं खरं सायन्स काय आहे त्याच्यावर संशोधन करत आहेत. त्यांचं थोडंसं लहानपणाचं बॅकग्राऊंड म्हणजे ते 15 वर्षाचे जेव्हा होते तेव्हापासून त्यांना योगमध्ये इनिशिएट केलं गेलं होतं त्यांच्या वडिलांनी, जे एक योगाचार्य होते आणि अयंगार योगा ट्रॅडिशन फॉलो करायचे. त्यानंतर क्रिया योगामध्ये त्यांचे गुरु होते गुरु परमहंस आत्मानंद, आणि ते स्वतःही न्यूरोसायंटिस्ट होते इंडियामधले एकदम एमिनंट. तर या बॅकग्राऊंड मध्ये आणि या टॉपिक वरती खूप सारं डिटेल इन्फॉर्मेशन असणारे शेखर दादा, ज्यांना मी शेखर दादा प्रेमाने बोलवतो, ते आज आपल्या बरोबर आहेत आणि ते आपल्याला बरेचसे काही इन्साइट्स देणार आहेत इंटरेस्टिंग. बाय द वे ते बरेचसे वर्कशॉप्स पण कनेक्ट करतात या टॉपिक वरती, आणि कोणाला इंटरेस्ट जरी असेल तर आपण वेगळे त्यांच्याशी कनेक्ट होऊन वी कॅन गेट मोर डिटेल्स ऑन दिस. तर विथ दॅट, शेखर दादा, इफ यू आर फाईन, वी कॅन गेट स्टार्टेड. इज देअर
Sure.
एनिथिंग आय मिस्ड आउट?
Not at all. You did very well. Actually, you did too well. Too well.
थँक यू. थँक यू.
Is
तर
it
शेखर
okay,
दादा,
Praveen, that if I speak in English? Is that okay? My Marathi is not that great. I mean, I might fumble a lot.
जिकडे तुम्ही कोलोक्युअली मराठीमध्ये बोलू शकला तर मराठीमध्ये बोला. तुम्ही मिक्स केलं, एक्लेक्टिक असला तरी चालेल आपल्याला.
बरोबर.
आपले ऑडियन्स ही व्हेरिड असल्यामुळे आणि सायन्स आणि योग दोघांचे फॅन्स असल्यामुळे तुम्हाला दोन्ही लँग्वेजेस यूज करण्याचं एक फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी आहेच.
बरोबर. आय विल ट्राय.
दादा प्रेझेंटेशन पिन प्लीज पाठवता का तुम्ही?
मी पाठवलं. मी पॉवर पॉइंट पाठवलं तुम्हाला.
नाही भेटलेलं मला अजून.
अरे,
ओके. तुम्ही एक काम करू शकता शेखर दादा, जस्ट दी फाईल आहे ना ती कॉपी करा राईट क्लिक करून, आणि इथं जे चॅट बॉक्स आहे तिथे जर पेस्ट केली तरी ते आपण शेअर करू शकतो.
आणि मी माझा ईमेल ऍड्रेस पण कन्फर्म करण्यासाठी चॅटमध्ये टाकला, एकदा बघून घ्या त्याच ईमेलला गेलात की काय.
one second. Vishal.kadam. Oh, address not found, it said.
At globalnagari.org.
NAGRI, right? Or NAGARI.
कॉपी चॅट विंडो मध्ये कॉपी आहे तो.
मी चॅट गुगल मीटचे
शेखर दादा, if you open Google chat, it is there.
The PowerPoint मी पाठवलाय. Is it there?
No.
नाही.
Okay, one. I'll again do it. Wait a minute.
तर तुमच्याकडे प्रवीण दादांचा ईमेल असेल तर प्रवीण दादांना पाठवा, त्यांना आपण प्रेझेंट करायला सांगू, काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही.
Good. Sent. Did you get it?
I'm checking. नाही भेटला मला अजून. प्रवीण दादा, शेखर दादा, तुमच्याकडे प्रवीण दादांचा जर ईमेल असेल ना तर त्यांना पाठवून.
त्याला पाठवलाय मी आताच.
प्रवीण दादा, तुम्ही करता का प्लीज शेअर?
हो, एक मिनिट, मला क्विकली चेक करू द्या. एक मिनिट मी चेक करतोय.
या मी आय पाठवला आहे, दोघांनाही पाठवला आहे.
शक्यतो फाईल मोठी असेल, जर वेळ लागत असेल फाईल ट्रान्सफरला, तर तुम्ही पूर्वी जसं शेअर करत होते त्याच्यावर पण चालू करू शकतोय आपण.
हो, तसं पण चालेल.
नाही अजून आता काय आय नो रिअली ओके.
ओके, मला भेटलाय, मी करतो डाउनलोड.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, excellent. नाही पहिल्या वेळेस मी काय केलं होतं, NAGARI नाही लिहिलं, NAGRI, and that's why it got rebound. Oh, great.
Everyone able to see it now?
Yes, absolutely wonderful.
Okay.
So this is not necessarily right now. We can go ahead. Praveen, you had some ideas, right?
Yes. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Perfect. So Dada, with that amazing eclectic experience आणि interest सुद्धा, right from yoga to neuroscience, connection between these two, coming from a background of yogic culture, आम्हाला खरं एक फार मोठा प्रश्न पडलाय की यावरनं ग्रॅटिट्यूड यावरती तुम्ही एक पुस्तक लिहिलंय आणि ते लवकरच पब्लिश होणार आहे, ग्रॅव्हिटी ऑफ ग्रॅटिट्यूड नावाचं. तर व्हॉट इज अ न्यूरोसायंटिस्ट डुईंग विथ योगा अँड देन हाऊ इज ही कनेक्टिंग दॅट टू ग्रॅटिट्यूड, हे सगळं कसं घडून आलं एक्झॅक्टली आम्हाला तुम्ही सांगाल का या सगळ्या आपल्या फ्रेंड्सना या कॉलमध्ये?
अगदी. मी मला डेमॉन्स्ट्रेट करून दाखवतो, त्यानंतर तुम्हाला स्वतःच अनुभव येईल. बरं, काइंडली क्लोज युअर आईज, ऑल ऑफ यू. उज्जयी प्राणायाम सगळ्यांना येतं ना? उज्जयी प्राणायाम म्हणजे श्वास घ्यायच्या वेळेस असा आवाज झाला पाहिजे. I mean, you have to constrict your throat little bit. Can you do that? How many of you all can do that? हे असा आवाज आला पाहिजे. कॉन्स्ट्रिक्ट करा थोडंसं गळ्याला, म्हणजे so that you can regulate your breath nicely. Take in breath, and while taking in breath, say thank. Thank to whom? Nobody, just general exist, अस्तित्वालाच thank म्हणायचा असं. Take deep in breath again. होल्ड, आणि त्याच्यामध्ये अगदी थांबून ठेवायचं तो 7 सेकंड्स, and then exhale and say you mentally say you, and then again hold. एक 7 times करू आपण बरं. Number 1. ओम शांती शांती शांती. आपण आता सुरू करू. I am really honored, Praveen, to
Thank you, Dada.
Thank you so much, and namaskar to everybody, all the people who are joined together. I bow down to all of you. And so, Praveen, the interest in gratitude was not I've been goaded into that. मला असं डायरेक्शन देत होते पण मला कळत नव्हतं काहीच काय चाललंय. मी बँगलोरमध्ये होतो एक वेळ. Immediately after my PhD, I had got a job at National Institutes of Mental Health and Neurosciences. तिथे मी लेक्चरर होतो. आणखी तिथे लेक्चरर होतो मी निमॅन्स मध्ये. I worked there for 2.5 years, around 3 years or so. And of course, I was, it wasn't something which was like, there was not much challenge, I would say, or whichever way you call it, the things were not doing well. How many people have noticed that when the things are not doing well, they get into complaint mode, right? Complain, criticize, condemn mode. The attitude down hota aste, dip hota aste attitude, and that's what has happened to me at that time. So my father said one day, while I was going out, he came to stay with us in Bangalore. So he said, "Did you take your vitamin G complex?" And I had no idea what G complex was, let alone I only take B complex, but not G complex. I don't know what was that, and I forgot about it. I just forgot, and he didn't mention it either. So anyway, came back. When I was to come back home, I used to be upset and angry and bad attitude, you name it, right? All that. So my father knew that this fellow is lacking vitamin G complex. Vitamin G complex means the world is except you. Everybody is bad. Everybody is no good, and that's what the vitamin G complex is all about. I've written this in the book, and he said that you have to take vitamin G complex. I said, what is that? I said, anyway, I wasn't listening. But one day I saw, I asked my dad. My dad never used to. माझे वडील कधीच मंदिरच्या आतमध्ये नाही जायचे. माझी आई खूप जायची आतमध्ये. हा, तर मंदिरात जायची नाही ते कधी. वडील जायचेच नाही कधी. तर मी एक दिवशी विचारलं, दादा तुम्ही का मंदिरात का नाही जात? तर त्यांनी म्हटलं की तुझ्या आईला पण हेच प्रश्न आहे रोजचा माझ्याविषयी. तर why don't you ask your mom to come and we'll discuss this, why I don't go to inside the temple. So दादांनी विचारलं आईला माझ्या की तू कशाला जाते मंदिरात आतमध्ये. And my dada used to take her to the temple, but he used to stand outside, never go inside the temple. Never. So I thought he was an atheist, and my mother also thought he was an atheist. But that day, something else happened. I said, okay, call your mom and I'll discuss. तर आईला बोलवलं त्यांनी. आईला सांगितलं की तू मंदिरात कशाला जात असते. तर तिने सांगितलं की मंदिरामध्ये मी देवाला काही प्रार्थना करायला, काही मागायला. तर म्हणते काय मागते तू? तर म्हटलं की चांगलं, तुमचं हेल्थ चांगलं राहू द्या, याची नोकरी चांगली असू द्या. म्हणजे तिला पण माहित होतं की याचा काही खटपट चालला आहे, नोकरीमध्ये काही चांगलं नाही आहे. आणखीन वॉट एव्हर द मदर आस्क, लाईक मदर ऑलवेज go into the temple to ask something, right? So my दादा म्हणाले तू आणखीन काय म्हणते? बस हेच. तर ते म्हणाले की तू कधी धन्यवाद देते का देवाला? आभार व्यक्त करते काय तू कधी, की इतकं काही दिलंय त्याला त्याच्यासाठी? ते म्हटलं नाही, शेखरची हेल्थ चांगली आहे, माझी हेल्थ चांगली आहे, तुझी हेल्थ चांगली आहे, माझ्या मोठ्या मुलाची म्हणजे नंदूची हेल्थ चांगली आहे, सगळ्यांची हेल्थ चांगली आहे. एव्हरीथिंग इज गुड. हे घर आहे आपलं, हे आपलं रोजचं जेवण आहे, हे फ्रेश एअर आहे, सगळं काही आहे. ह्याला कधी तू आभार व्यक्त करायला जात असते काय? ते म्हणाले नाही. तर दादा म्हणाले मी म्हणूनच नाही जात आतमध्ये, कारण की मी पण मागायला लागणार तुमच्यासारखं. I'll also start asking, and I'm afraid I'm not done with thanking. I'm not done thanking. I mean, every breath I take, I can only thank for that breath. When I'm taking in breath, I'm saying thank. When I'm doing the out breath, I'm saying you. And where is the time for me to the next moment comes, I have to again thank for the same in breath and again thank for the same out breath. I don't have time to thank for Shekhar, you, house, food that we eat, the air we breathe, everything. I mean, the tree next door, the rabbit hanging around here. I don't have time to thank. And he was almost like in tears. I said, how do you people do that without thanking? I mean, that day I was like spellbound, and my mother almost fell at his feet. I said, I did not know that you have, this is your. ते म्हणतात मी मंदिरच्या बाहेर कधी जातच नाही. I never go out of the temple. This whole existence is my temple, and I stay there all day long, thanking and nothing else. And the reason I don't go inside the temple, because there is more congregation of people asking. So this is the place I started my concept of understanding what gratitude is. And of course, back then hello.
खूप छान दादा, खूप छान. आणि प्लीज कंटिन्यू. म्हणजे कुठेतरी तुम्हाला म्हणजे वडिलांनी असं जाणीव करून दिली की आपल्याला देवानी एवढं सगळं दिलेलं आहे, या सृष्टीनी, या नेचरनी, की त्याचे आभार मानण्याच्या ऐवजी आपण मंदिरात जाऊन आणखीन गोष्टी मागत असतो की मला हे द्या, मला चांगली नोकरी द्या, मला गाडी द्या किंवा बंगला द्या किंवा काय. तर त्याची भीती होती वडिलांना कुठेतरी की मी गेलो मंदिरात तर हे माझ्याकडनं पण मी काहीतरी मागीन देवाकडनं, आणि मला आता एवढं गोष्टी जे मिळाले आहेत त्याच्याबद्दल थँक्यू म्हणायचंय, ते सोडून मी कुठे आणि मागत बसू. अरे वा. तर हे कॉम्प्लेक्स जी आहे का मग?
हे जी कॉम्प्लेक्स म्हणजे हे जी कॉम्प्लेक्स में ग्रॅटिट्यूड कॉम्प्लेक्स आहे. हे ह्याच्यानंतर हे ग्रॅटिट्यूड आणखीन ह्याचा कॉम्प्लेक्स काय आहे ह्याची जे शोध कार्याची विधी आता हे मी ह्या पुऱ्या पुस्तकामध्ये आहे. तर मी म्हटलं की दादा तुम्ही असा वन थिंग द प्रूफ ऑफ द पुडिंग इज इन द इटिंग, राईट. तर मी दादाला कधी सुद्धा बिमार नाही बघितलं. नेवर एंटायर लाईफ टाइम ही नेवर फेल सिक. सर्दी नाही, जुकाम नाही, खासी नाही, खोकला नाही, ताप नाही, कोणची डिजेनरेटिव्ह डिझीज नाही, म्हणजे न किडनी डिजीज, न लिव्हर डिजीज, न stomach trouble. I have never seen taking medicine. Neither did he ever go to doctor. Neither he was sick. He was constantly happy, man. He was extremely happy. मी एक वेळ दादाला विचारलं की दादा तुम्ही इतकं खुश राहता की हे जे तुमचं जे ग्रॅटिट्यूड जे तुम्ही धन्यवाद देत असता देवाला रोजचं 24 तास देता, इज इट द रिझन फॉर यू टू नॉट फेल सिक और हॅव एन्झायटी और दिस और दॅट. म्हणताय की आता मला हे तर माहित नाही आहे, मी इतकं शिकलो नाही आहे तुझ्यासारखं, पण तू सांग जर तुझ्या न्यूरोसायन्स मध्ये काही असेल तर तू शोध कर त्याचं. तर दॅट वॉज माय इन्स्पिरेशन ऍक्च्युली. माय दादा वॉज माय ट्रिगर टू अंडरस्टँड व्हॉट इट इज ऑल अबाउट. अँड if that is the case, then there has to be a link between the brain, the healthy attitude that he had. He was all the time smiling and happy person, but at the same time what it did to the body and mind and the brain was my quest. Now I started the quest, and that time I did not happen to have that the gusto of progressing in that field. But as and when I saw, I have had a very checkered career, up and down, up and down, up and down. And every time when I asked, my father said, every problem that you face in life can be traced to being not having gratitude or the attitude of gratitude. No matter what that is, the health problem, it's nailed down to that because you are ingratitude. That's why you are having problem. Financial problem because of ingratitude. Relationship problem because of ingratitude. Job problem because of ingratitude. You are always looking for what you don't have, but you are not thanking or looking at what you already have. You start paying attention to what you already have and say from the heart, say thank you so much. And let me tell you, the existence will give you more for you to thank more. The more you thank, the more you get, even you without you asking. This is the secret of this. And if you can do it while it's not that only one go and say thank you once and it's over. No, you have to combine that or fuse that with the idea of breathing in, thank, breathing you out, you. Hey Mahamantra hai, bas baki kahi nahi. And how do you track that? You do the Ujjayi, means make that sound, and that's it. If you do this in every situation, there will be magic happening in your life. There is not a single situation where this magic cannot happen. And that's the beauty of it, is what it does is, when I say why Ujjayi, so I was looking into Ujjayi, and that's of course there are a lot of the other talks I can give, whole separate neuroscience talk on breathing and brain function. In this part of the spinal cord, I would say the just next to this right here at the foramen, at the small curve at the head, curve at the head, and this area, there is a place where there are breathing centers, breathing centers which get activated, and that switches the sympathetic mode of the fear, the fright, and the flight response in our system. The sympathetic mode means panic mode, anxiety mode, depression mode. Survival mode. That is good, but that is not good if it is prolonged for a long time. It will be a disaster. So what happens is, when you do that, you switch yourself from sympathetic to parasympathetic mode. And then when parasympathetic mode happens, then the brain starts to function. Otherwise, brain does not the spinal cord and everything, they take care of your whole body's function. You don't need
दादा, दिस रेजेस अन इम्पॉर्टंट पॉइंट, आणि तुम्ही खूप छान समजवलं की बेसिकली आपण आजकालच्या जीवनामध्ये, आणि आपल्याला एवढे सेन्सरी इनपुट्स आहेत, टेलिव्हिजन पासनं नेटफ्लिक्स आणि हे ते, मुलं आजकाल कंटिन्युअस टीव्हीच्या समोर असतात, आपल्या सगळ्यांकडे हँडहेल्ड डिव्हाइसेस आहेत, फोन्स आहेत, ज्याच्यामधनं इन्फॉर्मेशन कंटिन्युअसली येत असतात. कोणती तरी स्क्रीन बघतोय, आपल्या आजूबाजूला पण गजबजलेलं सिच्युएशन असतं. तर या सगळ्या सिच्युएशन मध्ये माणसाची कुठेतरी एक सर्व्हायव्हल मोड कंटिन्युअसली ऑन असते, आणि ती सस्टेन्ड पिरियड मध्ये जेव्हा ऑन असते, तेव्हा सर्व्हायव्हल मध्ये असणं जास्ती महत्वाचं असतं दॅन टू बी इन ग्रॅटिट्यूड. म्हणजे कुठेतरी आपल्याला हे सर्व्हायव्हल मोड आपल्या हॅपीनेस पासनं किंवा ब्लिस पासनं लांब घेऊन जातं का? आणि घेऊन जात असेल तर आपल्याला कंटिन्युअस हॅपीनेस आणि ब्लिस जे सगळेच आपण शोधत असतो, ते ह्या ग्रॅटिट्यूडला कसं आपण इंट्रोड्यूस करू शकतो या गजबजलेल्या आपल्या लाईफस्टाईल मध्ये, ह्याच्याबद्दल तुम्ही थोडा आम्हाला आयडिया द्याल का?
हो ना, ते लाईफस्टाईल गजबजलेलं आपण स्वतः बनवतो. बाहेर काय होते दॅट वी हॅव नो कंट्रोल ओव्हर, राईट? बाहेर झाल्यानंतर आपल्यामध्ये काय कंट्रोल होते, काय ते आपल्यावर निर्भर असते. कि if should I get sucked into that, or should I stay put? The moment a thought comes, a thought is always a recycling. It is never original. You know that thought is always thoughtless is original, whereas thought is always borrowed. Whether it is borrowed from my talking to you like this, it is still borrowed. No matter how Vivekananda talks about it or Sri Krishna talks about it, it is still borrowed. It is not your original. It is not yours. So thoughts cannot be yours. It either has to be something to do with the past or future. And everything that happens from outside is a thought only. Remember that. Even the sound is a thought. It has the same energy, or it has the frequencies, right? Some frequencies there. So how do you go about doing that? So you raise your energy level. You raise your energy level to a point where the frequency of your vibration is not at the fear panic state. So if you can go to the second slide, like here, I'll show you some. Yes, this is the thing. If you go and study psychology books of psychology of emotions and all that, this is one of the greatest chats, one of the greatest emotional guidance scale that exists. And the higher the frequency, which means if you are in joyous, happy mode, or in gratitude mode, or in empowerment mode, or appreciation mode, passionate, enthusiastic, positive expectation, optimism, hopefulness, and contentment, if you are in this particular mode, then what will happen is you have a very high energy. High energy means basically when you are using your brain along with your spinal cord, that is the high energy. If you are only using spinal cord, that can be from boredom to the fear, depression, despair, and powerlessness. This is the challenge. So if anything from outside makes you fearful, grief, depression, this suddenly, how do you change that? By sitting down quietly, take a deep breath and say thank you. Even that, whatever that is happening, even the worst that is happening, say thank you for that also. Worst that is happening out there, become thankful. become very thankful that this is the reason why I'm getting this. It has come in my life to evolve me. It has come in my life to make some changes in my life. So if you think that way, gratitude, there is nothing that can pull you down into low frequency. Nothing. So मी एक वेळ जीवनामध्ये कधी कधी अप अँड डाऊन असते ना, तर डिप्रेशन कधी कधी येत असते, फिअर, ग्रीफ, खूप म्हणजे अगदी डिस्पेअर. ऑल आय हॅव एक्सपिरियन्स्ड ऑलमोस्ट ऑल ऑफ टिल द 22nd level also. This is, but I have saw one thing. So I always question, why is this happening to me? How many people have had that said, why is this happening to me alone? तर मी काही पाप केलं असणार कधीतरी, पाप कधीतरी काही माझ्या कर्माचंच फळ आहे हे. मी काही वाईट कर्म केलं असणार. हाऊ डू यू अंडरस्टँड दॅट दिस इज कमिंग फ्रॉम बॅड कर्मा और अ गुड कर्मा? Problems can happen even if you have bad karma, कर्म तुम्ही केलेलं वाईट कर्म केलं असणार, त्याचा इफेक्ट बॅड असू शकते आणि गुड पण असू शकते. रिमेंबर दॅट. हाऊ इज इट गुड? if after doing, if there was an action back then, and if the effect is so-called anxiety and this and that, and in that mode, if you're not going inside, or if you're not going towards God, I would say, ईश्वराकडे नाही गेलं तर that is bad karma. But there are a lot of places where the bad, so-called bad karma can lead you to good karma also. So that's why it is not supposed, you cannot say that whatever the suffering is because of bad karma. It can be because of good karma. Suffering can be because of good karma also, because if that suffering leads you to go inside you, or if you lets you go to God or Guru, then it is a good karma. The suffering does not necessarily mean a bad karma. Suffering can also lead you to good karma. So this is the thing that I have learned, and the more higher the frequency, the better the health, better the wealth, better everything.
मग दादा, जे तुम्ही आता म्हणाले की हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सीज, आणि कुठेतरी हे आपण जेव्हा मेडिटेट करतो किंवा आपण इवन ओंकार म्हणतो, जेव्हा ओम म्हणून म्हणतो, तर आपण काही पर्टिक्युलर फ्रिक्वेन्सीज, त्या ओमचे जे पर्टिक्युलर फ्रिक्वेन्सीज आहेत ते कुठेतरी आपल्याला सर्टन, फॉर एक्झाम्पल ओंकार जेव्हा मी करतो मला खूप शांत वाटतं, मला कुठेतरी आय फील व्हेरी कंटेंटेड. तर हे तुमचं म्हणणं असं आहे की ग्रॅटिट्यूड किंवा हे जे पॉझिटिव्ह इमोशन्स आहेत, थँकफुलनेस, ग्रॅटिट्यूड, हे आपले दे आर हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सीज विच क्रिएट द हॅपीनेस अँड ब्लिस. इज दॅट अ करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट?
येस, इट इज. ऍक्च्युली काय आहे की आता मी थोडस हे, यू आर गेटिंग लिटल अहेड ऑफ
सॉरी.
in there. That's fine, that's perfectly fine. So what is happening is when you're saying om, A-U-M, right, A-U-M, हे खालून वर पर्यंत जात असते, खालून वर पर्यंत जात असते. ह्याच्यात पुरे व्हायब्रेशन्स आर फ्रॉम द लोअर. if you are really, if you just say for like half an hour, just, and you just see where the good goodies happen, where the some kind of energy movement is going on. You'll feel it. You have to just go sit down and say don't say om bolo hi nahi, and then you say ooh, and then you will start to know where the energy is vibrating. So it is at the lower chakras, lower spine area, that will happen, and then oo will happen at somewhere in the chest area, and then with the mouth closed, it will be, the entire cranium will vibrate. So when that happens, now have you seen in South Indian temples, especially South Indian temples have very fantastic demarcations of different bells. मोठे मोठे घंटे असतात, बाहेर असतात, आणि that is a low frequency. And in गर्भगृहामध्ये एवढीच छोटासा घंटी असते, very high frequency असते, very that type of thing. It was a very टुन 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 टुन. आणि बाहेरचे घंटे खूप मोठे असतात. ते काय आहे, ते start from the बाहेरचे घंटे, the lower frequency वाले, that affects the Mooladhara chakra. As you go in, the chakra, the ghante, the bells becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. The smaller, which means higher frequency in the size and the heat. So that is in the गर्भगृहामध्ये तर पुजारी अगदी छोटीशी घंटी घेऊन बसतो आणि भयंकर हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सी असते, हाय पिच असते त्याची. So this is basically the construction of the temple itself. If you just go inside the temple and don't ask anything, obviously, and just sit there. Just sit there and see the people making this aarti. During the aarti, they ring all the bells, right? One after another, one after another, one after another. And that is the power. It is just sitting there itself will make you, the entire nervous system go from sympathetic to parasympathetic, right? Instantly. Itka sundar hai. South Indian temple, you have to appreciate this. Ki जितके छान टेम्पल्स आहेत जिथे ज्याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला फार आनंद उत्पन्न होतो. आनंद कसा उत्पन्न होतो, ह्याच्यामुळे उत्पन्न होतं. You go into the bliss area right away. Now, how does gratitude fit into that? Now, gratitude is something, say for instance, Praveen, if I give you something, you say thank you, right? You say thank you. Right? So when you saying thank you, it means that you're fulfilling. You are being fulfilled, right? जर तुमच्या आतमध्ये एक फुलफिलमेंटचा एक अनुभव आलाय, तर ते फुलफिलमेंटचा अनुभव कुठे येत असते शरीरमध्ये? When you are eating very nicely, you have eaten very well, the stomach area मध्ये फुलफिलमेंटचा ट्रिगर आहे. हे मणिपूर चक्र जे आहे, हे फुलफिलमेंटचा ट्रिगर देणारा चक्र आहे. So the feeling of happiness is essentially in your, the start of the origin, the trigger, not the experience. The trigger experience to brain madhe, those neuroscience, nervous system madhe येणार. But basically, you can go to next slide. हे तर झालंय. I mean, I was telling you about all the different anxiety situation and how this. You can go to next one. We'll talk about this some other time. Yes, go a little ahead. One more. You get, हे जे एरिया आहे ना, हे जितके कलर्ड एरिया, हे अर्धा एरिया इथपर्यंत असा. You see, the left side मधला जे blue, purple, brown area, these are the areas which get actually experience. The process of experiencing gratitude is in those areas. But the trigger is somewhere here. The trigger is in the Manipura chakra or in stomach area. The stomach area fulfillment, when you are fully satisfied and have eaten well, you feel fulfilled, right? Sort of fulfilled. Those people who are not full, this chakra is not activated, they can eat and they become fat because their chakra is not activated, because they are not feeling fulfilled. The person who is fulfilled can never ever gain weight. Never, because he'll be happy, he's fine, I'm fine. That fulfillment area is a Manipura chakra. So when you say gratitude, that chakra gets activated. And I will show you some other slides in which you will see that when they have practiced gratitude meditation and they have done some bold fMRI studies. Bold fMRI means blood oxygen concentration in specific areas, right? So then they do the fMRI, and when you are doing the gratitude meditation, there are some regions in the brain, like for instance, ventromedial, prefrontal cortex and all that, they get activated eventually. So that's what the beauty of it. Just gratitude meditation means thinking and thanking mentally whatever, whosoever, it doesn't matter who, but just being in thankful mode. I'm so thankful to you. I'm just thankful. हे याच्यामध्येच ब्रेन ऍक्टिव्हेट होऊन जाते इतक्यामध्ये. वेन यू फुलफिल्ड मीन्स कॅन यू बिलीव्ह द अमाउंट ऑफ happy chemicals that are going on in the brain? It's unbelievable.
अमेझिंग. दादा, मग जेनेटिकली एक्झॅक्टली काय होतंय आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये जेव्हा आपण ग्रॅटिट्यूड फील करतो? म्हणजे इज इट दॅट सर्टन हॉर्मोन्स आर सिक्रिटेड, जसे तुम्ही म्हणाले मणिपूर चक्रमधले सर्टन हॉर्मोन्स आर सिक्रिटेड विच काइंड ऑफ मेक यू फील दॅट फिलिंग ऑफ ग्रॅटिट्यूड, आणि अलॉंग विथ दॅट फ्रिक्वेन्सी, ब्रेनवेव्हची फ्रिक्वेन्सी आहे ती हाय होते, जिकडे ब्लड कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन इन द प्रीफ्रंटल कॉर्टेक्स वाढतं आणि ते तुम्हाला बोल्ड fMRI मध्ये दिसून येतं. इज दॅट व्हॉट इट मीन्स रिअली?
येस, ऍक्च्युली येस. ब्रेनचे काय सगळे ऍक्टिव्हिटीज असतात ना, they are all regulated by neurochemicals. It is a chemistry. Happiness is a chemistry, actually. Happiness is much more to depend on the brain chemistry or the body chemistry, actually. So what happens is when you are, can you go to previous slide in which I was telling you about? Just one, right there. So what happens is in the gut, there are some bacteria, right? The bacteria secretes lot of neurochemicals. They are as a digestive byproduct, right? The byproduct releases few neurotransmitters, and those neurotransmitters get bound to the vagus nerve or in the intestine. The vagus nerve from the brain goes all the way to the, it is one of the vagus nerve, it is vagabond nerve. We call it the nerve which is vagabond, which means everywhere. The vagus nerve is the nerve which starts from the spinal cord and everywhere. I mean, actually, from the even crane. It is one of the biggest cranial nerves that exist, right? So it starts from there, and it has bidirectional action potential. So from brain to the rest of the body, and from the rest of the body it goes back to the brain. So there is a bidirectional thing. Most of the nerves either are sensory or motor, but not both. So this is the only fellow which is having both the effect. So these neurotransmitters in the gut, they activate the vagus nerve, which goes all the way and affect the brain from areas. And the areas that are getting activated is basically what we call the Agya Chakra. What Agya Chakra contains, its chakra means is plexus. It is neural plexus, right? It's a bundle of very, very high potent. Let's go to the previous slide. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This one. So this particular the two red dots that you're seeing, these are the hub of neurotransmitter releases. This is where the neurotransmitter synthesis happens, and these red lines that you're seeing elsewhere going all the way in the other part of the brain are the axonal connections that is happening. So what happens is this area is getting activated by the vagus nerve, the red hubs. This area is getting activated by the vagus nerve, and after it gets activated, the entire brain is flooded with oxytocin, dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin. This is like, wow, ecstasy experiencing chemicals. Of course, this is one of the challenges that scientists have. If they say, oh, this is what is causing it, so why don't we inject directly into? Wrong. That can destroy the brain, because see, there is always a feedback law of regulation in our system. If it is too much, then you can fry your brain instantly. That's why they say Kundalini yoga and all that. If it is not done properly with the help of a teacher, with the help of a realized master, you can fry your brain. It is exactly the way the warning is there by all the Kundalini experts. They will say, do not ever venture by yourself, always with the help of a guru, because he will know how to regulate the release of those things. You can cause excessive release and can fry your brain instantly. I mean, death of brain can happen. Then you can go around roaming around like a zombie. That's not what this is all about. It is to experience and be one with the universe. It's almost like accessing universal intelligence. So that's what is the goal of this thing. But so this is the reason why when you're talking about genetics, right? Any receptor mediated signal transduction, I repeat again, any receptor mediated signal transduction in our body creates genetic alterations always. So if a neurotransmitter dopamine is there and its receptor is in the another neuron, this dopamine, when it binds to the neuron, this receptor, dopamine receptor will create signal transduction. The secondary messengers goes inside the nucleus and change the expression of different genes, including epigenetic factors as well as genetic factors. So these genetic factors are the ones which generate either a secretion of particular chemical or secretion of particular chemical which activates or inhibits further signaling. So this is the beauty of our system. Genetics, everywhere, wherever there is interaction, genetics has to happen.
Amazing.
Genetic changes definitely happens. Yes.
Amazing. But Dada, now you have brought a very interesting point. कारण जेव्हा आपले जेनेटिक एक्सप्रेशन्स असे चेंज होतात, डज इट एड इन हिलिंग, अँड इफ इट डज, व्हॉट रिअली हॅपन्स? की आता बरेचसे लोक दे आर इन टुडेज वर्ल्ड, एस्पेशली क्रॉनिक डिसीजेस खूप आहेत, डायबिटीज, ब्लड प्रेशर आहे लोकांना, इन ओल्डर जनरेशन डिमेन्शिया आहे किंवा अल्झायमर्स आहे. तर आय मायसेल्फ आय एम अ कॅन्सर पेशंट. तर जेनेटिक एक्सप्रेशन मध्ये हिलिंग कशी जनरेट होते या जेनेटिक एक्सप्रेशननी, ह्याच्यावर थोडं लाईट तुम्ही देऊ शकता का?
Now I would correct you by saying that in your past you were cancer patient, not now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Never say what you don't want. Never ever say what you don't want. In the past you were, not
Right.
now. Not now. I want to change that. Never speak out.
Thank you for that.
Can you go to previous? Just slide one previous to that.
Sure.
Yeah. Just the one slide previous to this. Yes, that's the one. So disease. Disease is nothing but disease. There is a body chemistry of a disease person. Disease is a chemistry. Happiness is another chemistry. What does a disease do? Fear, anxiety, worries. Remember the lowest of the emotional grading scale. Remember that the fear and all that. Fear and anxiety, stress. These are the most important triggers for any disease start. Any disease starts right there itself. Any disease. Disease. You are not at ease. The body is not at ease. The body is rebelling against the poison that you're putting in the system. How does the poison start? See, there is a HPA axis, hypothalamus, pituitary and adrenal cortex. Hypothalamus is a small portion in the brain, in the midbrain, which is basically in the part of the Agya chakra. So hypothalamus, pituitary, and pineal gland, and the medulla oblongata. These are the four hubs, four basic regions of Agya Chakra. Agya Chakra contains these 4 powerful areas, right? So what happens is hypothalamus, when you are under fearful situation, the hypothalamus senses that there is some problem going on here, and it sends the message to the pituitary saying there is a challenge going on here, do something. So pituitary sends femtomoles of its hormones inside the bloodstream, and then it goes to the adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex is a small organ on top of the kidney. On the top of the kidney, there is a very small organ, which is adrenal cortex, they call it, right? So that gets activated. So what is happening is corticotrophin release on the steroids in the body. Whatever that is, steroids in the body is what is causing all this stuff. It's good initially, but if it is not, and because it has there is a law of regulation in the system, where if there is a panic situation, it is very important for us to get away from it. But as you said, we have handheld devices and we have all this and that happening in our system these days. So what happens is, the goal of corticosteroid is to run, do something, do anything, but don't stay there. What we are experiencing fear, panic, all that stuff, and we are still sitting. We are not doing anything, right? If suppose somebody has a panic attack, you should run little bit, just go around the block and come back. But we sit there. We are watching TV where there is stuff going on all over the world. The murder is going on, anxiety, the stock market is going down, and this and that. We are in a panic state, but we are doing nothing. What happens that this corticosteroid keep going up and down, keep constantly getting released in our body. So that is poison. So what it does is causes anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder. Have you seen bipolar increase in India? Left 60% increase in the last 2 years. 60% increase, unheard of in my lifetime. I don't understand how that happens. And as a result of which, divorce rates have gone up in India. Huge amount. 2 to 3 years में divorce हो जाते. What's going on? They have no understanding going on. And insomnia, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, borderline personality disorder, hyperactivity, ADHD, major depressive disorder, burnout, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is where the entire body's sensory nervous system is so activated that even a blanket, if you wear a blanket, or if you wear a shirt, it can cause activation and kind of pain, in constant pain. The entire body pains, everything pains in the system. If you turn your head, it pains. If you walk, it pains. If you sleep, it pains. It is pain, pure pain. That is a excessive hyperactivated sensory system. Irritable bowel syndrome, and eventually somebody goes to alcohol directly, and that's it. That's the end of it. So this is the disease process. How does thank you or gratitude help? It immediately, first thing it does, it shuts the corticosteroids right there. Shuts the corticosteroid. Enough is enough. That's it. If you are having a problem, if a problem challenges you face, and you say thank you so much for the problem that you are also sending across. In the book, I have talked about of various places where I have every problem that was there. I said, thank you so much. I really am thankful to you. There is something that you have come to tell me. When my dad told me one thing, Praveen, when a innocent passing remark, innocent, it's so innocent. You are taking a dog for a walk and somebody was talking on the phone and you overheard one sentence out of that, and it has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with that person, and he's speaking to somebody else, and and you certainly hear that. And when you hear that, and you ask this question, what is it that nature is or the astitva is telling me, tell me, and you learn something. When that happens, you have got a guru, and you have got nothing in the universe will ever bother you again, because you'll always think, what is good for me in that, what is good for me in this, whatever happens, what is good for me. This mindset is what gratitude brings. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. You have come to tell me something great. Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Amazing.
I mean,
Amazing.
you cannot make that fellow miserable at all. It is impossible for him to become diseased. It is impossible for him to be anxiety. All the negative emotions are not completely gone. He will suddenly go into the highest vibration, and that highest vibration is highest vibration means what? High frequency. E is equal to h nu, right? Nu is frequency, and h is Max Planck's constant. So if there is high energy and the high frequency, that's what it is all about. And at that level, that frequency is close to the frequency of the cost of the astitva or existence की जो high frequency है ना, Brahma की frequency is that high, constant. It is so high, because when you close your anahad sound is that very high frequency sound. If you have heard that, anahad sound is very high frequency sound. And if you have high frequency in your bodies, the entire the happiness is the high frequency vibration. So you are in resonance with the creative force or the source energy, or you call that, right? The creative source and existence source energy. That vibratory frequency is, so you become a co-creator. You can create whatever you want now with your life. See, when you are at a higher frequency, and this is the frequency of the source or the energy of the existence, then the energy of the existence, there is a resonance transfer of energy going on from one to another to another. Now you are a co-creator. This is creative force, and you have become to the level. There you are. You can create whatever you want. I mean, whatever. Is it awesome? Just be
amazing.
This is what do you want to ask? You are a co-creator. Can let's say if somebody is trillion times richer than Elon Musk, like trillion, several billion trillion times, will he ask for anything? No, cannot. He will give you. Take it, man. Take it. You become that now. You become Santa Claus. Take it. Just take it. आपले शिवजी बसले राहतात हिमालयावर, आणि ते म्हणतात भयंकर अवडर दानी, जो कुछ मांगने आता वो दे देते हैं उसको. क्यों देते हैं? उनके पास इतना है. He is loaded, man. He is loaded. He is in tune with existence to a point that his energy and existence energy is no different. So when there is no difference in the energy or level of the existence, and that is what exactly thank you does. Thank you goes. I'll talk to you about how that gradation happens even after some time. Yes.
Sure. Dada, there is a message saying that we may run out of time. We're kind of just 12 minutes away. This meeting may, because of restrictions around the technology. So I'll basically, I'm sure one question is coming to everybody's mind, and I'm going to, I would like you to, help us address that. आता मी प्रॅक्टिस करीन सपोज ग्रॅटिट्यूड, तर इफ आय एम डुईंग इट, आय एम ट्राइंग टू इंड्यूस द फिलिंग ऑफ ग्रॅटिट्यूड, तर देर विल बी टाइम्स जेव्हा मला वाटेल की मी हे आर्टिफिशियली इंड्यूस करतोय. तर हाऊ कॅन आय गेट पास्ट दॅट फिलिंग? कारण आपल्याला हे तर कळालं की ग्रॅटिट्यूड ही फिलिंग ही पॉझिटिव्ह हाय फ्रिक्वेन्सी व्हायब्रेशन्स आहेत, त्याच्याने मी मॅनिफेस्ट पण करू शकतो. मला जे पाहिजे त्या फिलिंग मध्ये असलं तर त्याच्याने माझं हिलिंग पण होऊ शकतं. त्याच्याने बरेच बेनिफिट्स आहेत, हॅपीनेस आणि ब्लिसफुल राहू शकतो मी. पण मग आता मी जेव्हा ते इंड्यूस करण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो, मला कुठेतरी वाटतं की मी आर्टिफिशियली करतोय, हे मनापासून वाटत नाही. मग हाऊ कॅन वी ओव्हरकम दॅट फिलिंग? हे थोडंसं आम्हाला तुम्ही समजवलं ना तर हेल्प केली तिकडे खूप बरं होईल.
Can you get to the chakra slide, which is basically I would say the last line. Yeah. Yes, you got it. So you'll see that with gratitude, there are two lower chakras, the Muladhara chakra and the Swadhisthana chakra get activated. This is what I have described very good detail in the book. Very, very beautifully. It has how the gradual process happens. So by default, you don't even know. I did not even know what chakra system was. And I was feeling the let go and I forgive. The ability to forgive somebody, the ability to let go of pain and whatever, of a resentment. Let's say this situation happened. People talk bad, people do bad things, and you are hung up on that. The resentment is going on there, but you're not letting that go because you're letting the other fellow control you now. So you cannot forgive, you cannot let go, but if you practice gratitude, you will be able to do that very well. That is one thing. Now, gradually what happens is love and acceptance also will happen. But still, the feeling, the thing that you are asking, the feeling of gratitude is not there. You are actually doing the thing, but there's something lacking in that. Something is, I don't know what that is. And I asked my and I say, why is that always? Even though I'm practicing what you're saying, what Dada is saying, everything is happening, but I don't feel it yet. तो वो कहते हैं कि without grace, there is no feeling of gratitude. You may get the benefits of all, which means benefits is like acceptance, surrender, love, let go, forgiveness. These are all the benefits. But the feeling is that feeling of euphoria or the feeling of bliss cannot be had without the grace. And how I got that, I'll just read one or two paragraphs from the book. I said, in the last chapter I wrote, Dai Dada, I have over-intellectualized and over-scienced gratitude, a professional hazard for people like me in academia. I am done with all that. Despite entering the deepmost areas of brain anatomy, I have still not totally grasped what gratitude is. I have a genuine hunger and thirst to feel at a cellular level what gratitude is in its true sense. I want you to please tell me, I'll keep my mouth shut, but please tell me what is that feeling? Yes, प्रश्न माझा पण होता, and I'm happy that you feel. This is the most difficult question for me to answer. That's why I'm reading it. What my dad did. They did not do anything that day. They just closed their eyes and when they are closing their eyes, they were gone into the deepest crevices of their consciousness, into the zone. They went into the zone, and tears started to gush out of the eyes, as if it is raining, almost like the continuous. And in that, after that, they just went silent. No word, nothing. And they started looking as if they are in million miles away. They're looking at, completely dissociated from the body. And a gush of wind came and hit my face. And that's it. That completely changed my entire being after that. The feeling of gratitude was because of the grace. And they said that it is, if you can perceive grace, you will naturally feel gratitude. Your heart will be filled with gratitude. Grace is then unearned. It is a gift. Grace, you cannot do anything. You can do up to that level, up to the Swadhisthana chakra even, or even Agya chakra. But despite that, you will never feel fulfilled. Even though Agya chakra activation can happen in your life through whatever process, the effort is up to Agya Chakra. But after that, only grace will do it. This grace is called Anugraha. So the reason I was not having the feeling of gratitude for so long is because I was not able to perceive grace. Without grace, my heart will not be filled with gratitude. Even though I may get all the benefits of it, but that something lacking is always there. And that grace, that day, it was my mother was the media through which the grace flowed from the existence directly into me, and I was bathing in grace forever. Like, since that moment, I don't know if there is anything called illuminating or self-realization or some big million stars bursting into space. I don't know what that is, but that moment was it for me. That's it.
Areva, very nice. Dada, there is a question. Somebody has raised their hand. Daisy ji, can we take a quick question?
Yes,
we
absolutely.
Still have 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Daisy ji, you can unmute yourself and ask the question, please. Hello, Daisy ji. She's raised her hand, so I'm assuming there's a question out there. Probably not.
By mistake, sometimes it happens.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Is there any question that anybody would have and want to ask? Please feel free to do so. We still have 4 minutes. There is a question.
Another hand raised by Tanya Pawar.
Govind Dada has asked a question. Shekhar Dada.
Yes, gratitude brings happiness, but the attitude of giving is the next step of gratitude. How true it is. Yes, it is true. Actually, it's both ways. So when you are thanking somebody, somebody is giving it to you, right? And you also giving it to that person. What you are giving is thank you, and what you are getting is something for which you are saying thank you. So both are saying thank you, actually. You are receiving something, and you see, existence cannot give you unless you are in a receiving mode, right? So if I have this particular thing with me, and if you don't take it, then it is still with me, right? So I am so glad, I am so thankful to you that you could have said no, but yet you are taking it. I am so thankful to you. तसंच असते ना. दान पहिले देतात आणि त्याच्यानंतर दक्षिणा पण देतात. त्याला का देतात दक्षिणा? कारण की तो नाही पण म्हणू शकला असता की मला नको, पण तू एक्सेप्ट केलंय, ह्याचे मी धन्य झालो म्हणून मी दक्षिणा देतो तुला. दान पहिले द्यायचं, मग दक्षिणा द्यायची. म्हणजे बोथ वेज you are overwhelmed with gratitude that he has taken it, and he is overwhelmed with gratitude towards you because you have given him. So both ways, it is a both directional. Gratitude cannot happen without the two happening simultaneously.
Awesome. Dada, there is one more question. I think Tanya ji has raised her hand. Tanya
Hello?
ji, yeah, please go ahead.
Hello. So you were talking about, raising this spirit of gratitude on the cellular level. So can we have any connections with it with our diet consciousness or spiritually as we connect with God? So can we relate it that way also?
Yes, absolutely right. See, the thing is, let's say eating meat or tamasic food. Tamasic food is, why do we say tamasic food? Because the transmitters that are releasing in the system going to shut down your nervous system. That is why tamasic food makes you sleepy, makes you do tamasic activities and stuff. Why is that so? Because when after the digestion, the byproduct of digestion creates those chemicals which are probably going to not be activating the vagus nerve. So they will be activating, they will be totally inert almost. And what happens is, if the vagus nerve is not activated, you will feel lethargic, sleepy, all that stuff. So that's why they call it, like, when the first thing that you get up in the morning is Karagrevaste Lakshmi Karmadesar, this, and rubbing your face like this, doing the tapping and all that stuff, doing this thing. So what is it all about? This is all about this, activating your nerve, vagus nerve. So eating right is extremely critical to do the inside out overhauling of our body system. Complete overall change can happen, like within a week. Why within a week? Within a day. If you eat right tonight and tomorrow morning, you will feel better. There is no doubt about that. Yes.
Amazing.
And I just forgot to tell you something which was very important here. And they said that if you bow down before God or before your mother and father, before you go for exam or interview, you know what happens is it releases, it does the same thing as activating those areas of the brain where discerning intellect can surface. Vivek Buddhi, these are all interlinked. I can go ahead, like, I haven't talked at all about that aspect today somehow because of time and all that, but maybe some other time I'll focus on a very restricted aspect of gratitude, very restricted, but give me entire time for that. So this is the overall, like, you covered the whole book almost in this small time. But if I take just one chapter and spend 1 hour, 1.5 hours, it will be wonderful some other time.
Amazing, Shekhar. Shekhar, Mangesh Dada also has a question.
Oh yes,
Mangesh,
go ahead. Please.
Bharat Chand session and very interactive. Thank you, Praveen Dada and Shekhar Dada. Very, very great, great social work in this way as well.
Praveen is the best. He's the best.
Yeah, I'll keep it short since we are like running out of time. But like my last question is about, like, as you mentioned, we have various chakras, like 7 chakras in our body, right? And then do you mean to say that gratitude will help to activate those chakras?
Yes.
And my very basic question is whether those chakras exist in a body, whether they are unactivated by default or...
No, they are in a basal level of activation all the time. All of the... The best thing is, being a neuroscientist, I was very much turned off by this name chakra, basically, because we want something tangible. And the best beauty is, these are tangible things. These are called plexus. Instead of chakra, the neuroscientists call it plexus, neural plexus. And there is a network of neural. If you go to Wikipedia and type plexus, you will see all the beauty everywhere. It's so wonderful. Wow. And why forgiveness? Forgiveness is the Mooladhara chakra. This activation of Mooladhara chakra is almost like earth element. Earth is the most forgiving thing in the universe, right? Earth, because we do a lot of things, bad things, still the earth never does anything. It just forgives. So that's why this aspect of forgiveness is the activation of earth, the lower chakra, Mooladhara, and it is basically earth element. And then let go is like kidney and all the wasting is going on, urinary bladder and all that, right? These are the chakras. So that also in emotional terms or in psychological term, it is called let go. So this also gets activated. Love obviously is activated because of that, of gratitude. See, one chakra, which is Nabhi chakra, or you call it Manipura chakra, controls all the chakras basically. So that's why pranayam people, yoga people, all they do is this is the most important chakra that gets activated with yogasana, and from there everything else happens. You don't have to specifically activate Mooladhara chakra. You activate this Manipura chakra, and the rest of them is taken care of.
And yogasana helps do that.
Yes, yogasana helps you do that. Yes, no doubt about that.
That's very, very brief guidance. Thank you, Shekhar Dada.
Yes, I will just dwell on this particular slide, the slide that you're seeing right here, and how the gratitude and the rest of the other stuff with some other time I will discuss. This is something which I really, this is the yogic neuroscience part of it.
Amazing. Shekhar Dada, by the way, we are getting some amazing feedback on the chat. People are saying that you've just made their Saturday. They've learned about gratitude and its importance. So there's a lot of gratitude towards you for having done that. Thank you so much.
मैं अनुग्रहित हो गया हूँ सर आप. Thank you so much.
One quick question: when is the book coming? That is a question Haridas Dada has asked.
Yeah, the book name earlier was what was the book?
Gravity of
Gratitude. But now somebody has suggested that it should be Beyond Gratitude, because it is Beyond Gratitude is all these things. The rest of the activation and other things is Beyond Gratitude, and so it's actually with the agent, yeah, the literary agent, and we are going back and forth. So that's what it is. So it will come, and I will let you know. The Praveen will get the first one.
Thank you, Rama. Thank you.
And of course, I will let everybody know the moment it is really. It is a story which I'm confident that once you start reading the first line, you cannot let go of that book till you leave it till the last line. Actually hypnosis happens.
And I will second that, because I have been lucky enough to get the beta version of the book, and I was able to. Dada actually allowed me to proofread it for him, so I was able to read the book while it was just being written and corrected. So it's an amazing book. Please look out for this book. You can reach out to me or Shekhar Dada. I will also keep this group updated on when it comes out. Trupti Didi has raised her hand. I know we are just out of time, so we'll take this last question or comment that is coming from her end. Yes, Trupti.
Hello. Thank you so much for the time. From medical background, I'm thankful for all this lecture. It's very beautiful, and I understand all this, how neurotransmitter works. And so many things that you explained, I kind of experienced some of those through the Vipassana meditation and followed by the compassion, gratitude meditation that we do. So beautiful. It definitely helps with the health of the body, health of the mind, health of our family, and, community. It's just so beautiful for everyone, all the gratitude and beyond gratitude. Excellent. And I'm very eager to read your book, and I hope it comes out soon, and please let us know where we can buy it.
Definitely. Don't just buy one, buy 5, 10 maybe, and give it out.
Sure, definitely.
Actually, this book has been I have written this in the introduction of the book wrote itself. I read the book and I was transformed. This is the simplest way I can tell you about what that is. This book was written not by me, but was written through me, and it was written in the consciousness space. I was dwelling in that space for a hell of a long time when this got written. So I don't take any credit for writing it, to be very honest with you. My mom and dad wrote it for me, looks like, and that's it. It's my interaction with my mom and dad, first dad and then mom, and what they have taught me over the period of time and how that has changed me. I don't know, how can I even say thank you? I don't even have words for that.
It's beautiful. I totally get you. It's the your gratitude feeling that made you write the book and complete the book. So I'll definitely get the book, and I can gift it to my friends. It's definitely going to be very useful for everyone.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Very kind of you.
So Shekhar Dada, with that, thank you so much for taking the time, spending this time over a weekend, and really grateful from GlobalNagari Foundation. for having blessed this Saturday and giving us this opportunity to go through this discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to talk to so many beautiful people. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Shekhar Dada. Thank you, Praveen Dada. With this, I think we'll close the call. And
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mahesh. Dada. Thank you. Bye-bye.